Hello. Thought I'd give you an update and going to cover what I've accomplished in the last week or two, and also was going to go through some of the tools that I've had to use in the process. I think I've pretty much used all the tools that I'm going to need, and nothing new is going to happen. So I thought I'd kind of go over what you might need for this project. So here's my battery box with batteries loaded. I got 6 Tesla S batteries. I just made these. I made the frame out of bed frame metal mostly, and then I got these rails right here out of tube stock, and I got my BMS mounted here, and my other one right there, and I got my positive and negative cables coming through here, and they're going to connect to there and to that one, and then whoops, and then the batteries will be linked in series, and I gotta make a cable to jump to the other side. And so I used aluminum sheet plating, and I just wrapped it around plywood, and I think it's sturdy enough to stand on. Here's the other half, and hopefully that works out. My only concern is I got this metal that overlaps the edge here, and I can see potential for it touching my connections between the batteries if I'm not careful. So I'll just have to keep that in mind until I come up with something better. Also, I've been doing some cabling, and one little pitfall that I will share with you is when you're doing the conductor box or any pass-throughs, these little connectors that the wires go through, they're waterproof. They have a little rubber seal in here. So you want to make sure that you have your wire pass through the the pass through before you terminate it, like this, because these terminals connectors they don't fit through this hole, so you need to pass the wire through and then do your crimping. So on this case I'm gonna have to cut this crimp off and redo it, and I haven't done all the connector box wiring yet. I'm still a little unsure of myself on that because the schematics online are not exactly what I've got sent to me. So I'm going to have to take it step by step and maybe contact EV West to make sure that I'm doing it right. So I got my emergency switch, my master switch on. I had a fabricated bracket for it, and then I got my charging unit, and it has a connector here, and then it also has a 110 plug on that cable back there. I just got it shoved back there. I've got my battery controller, or my motor controller. I got it all terminated to the motor, and I got some brass hose connectors here, and I also got a pump, which I haven't done anything with yet, a 12-volt pump, and I need to figure out a radiator and hook up a fan to that. These are my cables that went to the battery box. Haven't terminated them yet, but I do got them through the pass-throughs, so at least I got that done, and I don't have to cut any ends off and redo it. And let's see. So I made these connectors. These are to jump from one battery to the other. I just took some copper pipe, flattened them in a vise, hammered out the ends, drilled holes at 2 3/4 inch, and I sprayed clear coat over them. And then I'm going to put heat shrink tubing on the center tiers so there's less exposure, so I have less chance of anything shorting out. And then when I go to hook the batteries all up, I will just sandpaper off the holes so that they make good connection and don't get interfered with the clear coat. And other than that, I think the only other thing I've gotten done is the throttle pedal, which is a Prius pedal. It was kind of a pain in the ass to get configured in here, and but I just used 2 pieces of angle iron and welded them together to make a flat surface, and then took another piece to make it a triangle to angle it, and now I've got full motion. I had to reposition it. You can see there's a bunch of holes down here. I didn't like where it was to begin with. I got large feet, and trying to get it to look right and not be too close to the brake and be comfortable was kind of a challenge. And also I had to shave off the bottom of this plastic where it connects to the floor part, or the bracket, because it was not a flat surface. So I had to grind all that plastic and the bolt holes down so that it would sit flat. It's not tight yet, but I got in position. I figured it's probably going to take it off anyway to finish up. I want to plug all those holes up, maybe grind off this old throttle pedal connector, and also I want to get rid of this. This is the original fuse block. I got a new fuse block that uses mini fuses, mini blades, and it has LED lights that light up when the fuse is blown. So that's going to be a big project. I've done it on my Bug, and I'm glad I did. I completely redid every wire in there, and I have it all mapped out on I used a computer program that does wiring connections and wire hops, and you can label everything and color code everything, and I'm really glad I did that, and I'm gonna have to do it for this. So that's where I'm at, and I was gonna just cover a couple of the tools. So some things that you would need doing this project going forward is, one thing, a whole bunch of these aluminum grinding discs. They're cutting discs specifically for aluminum. They're really thin, and they give you a much cleaner cut on the aluminum. If you use a regular grinding wheel like this, which is a little bit thicker, about twice as thick, you'll end up with a lot more work and a whole bunch more of this like bird melted aluminum, and it just does not work as well. These discs don't last very long, but they do a way better job. So I'd highly recommend that. Also, if you got a sheet metal bender, you're doing great, because I had to use this, and I used some angle iron to kind of extend out the width of it, but still trying to do an edge like this where it's 90-degree lip all the way around. It took forever, and it's not perfect. You can see there's some waviness to it, but it's good enough, and it's just not ideal. It might have been wise to have gone to an actual fab shop and let them do it. Another thing that you're going to need is a hydraulic crimper to do your terminations on this big ass cable, and it's pretty simple. It comes with a variety of different sizes for the wire. This wire is 2/0 AWG, and you just with a razor blade, you take off like 3/4 of an inch of this housing. You make sure all your wires are straight. You shove it in the termination thing, and then you put it in here. And I highly recommend using 2 people. And you switch this to on, and then you put your crimp in there, and then you pump that up. But it's way easier with 2 people, one to hold the wire, one to pump. Also, to cut these the cables, they're monstrous, and I highly recommend using the old bolt cutters. A bandsaw or a hacksaw might work too, but this is what I've been using, and it's not too bad. Also easier with 2 people. And so, and the other tool that I've used, obviously lots of drills, and a welder. I used a wire feed welder for all this. And this was extremely helpful. It's a Harbor Freight Bauer portable bandsaw with a metal blade. And it was the only way I could have ever have built this monstrous frame for my battery box. Anyway, I think that's all. Have a good day, and I will keep you posted. Please like and subscribe. Thank you. Bye.